I would like everyone to think about their relationship with their father or an important father-related figure in their life. The most important person in my life is my dad, and I could not imagine my life without him. My dad is very special to me because he took the responsibility of raising me from the time I was a baby all by himself. With the absence of my mother in my life, my dad and I formed an unbreakable bond. When I was a baby, I couldn't fall asleep at night unless I was laying on his chest, listening to the sound of his heartbeat. Growing up, my dad would do anything in order to see me happy. For example, on my 8th birthday, I was devastated when none of my friends showed up to my 8th birthday party. My dad made me feel better by turning up the radio all the way up, and we danced and we sung and we laughed to the lyrics of the music. Throughout my childhood, my mom would plan visits with me, but then she would constantly cancel in the last minute. My dad was there for me to wipe away my tears, and we would do our favorite things together, such as fishing. My dad has always been there for me, and these are the memories of which I will never forget. The song, Fight Song by Rachel Platten, describes my experience when my dad battled cancer. When I was 12 on November 2nd, 2013, I discovered that my dad had leukemia. I felt betrayed by my family because no one directly told me that my dad had cancer. I remember I was 12 years old when I was scrolling through Facebook and I read the news through my cousin's post on Facebook. According to a Cancer Care Research Center from findings in 2013, those aged between 25 and 64, 40% of them survived leukemia after 5 years or more after diagnosis. These statistics frightened me at the moment. As Rachel Platten sings the lyrics, "Losing friends and I'm chasing sleep, everybody's worried about me," it explains how my family was generally worried about me and they didn't intentionally mean to hide the news from me. The lyrics, "Wrecking balls inside my brain, I will scream them loud tonight," exemplifies the anger that I had towards God at the time of my dad's diagnosis. When I found out my dad had cancer, I lost my faith in God. My grandpa passed away the same year that my dad was diagnosed with cancer. I felt betrayed by God because I didn't understand why he was placing all of these hardships in my life. During the next months after his diagnosis, it felt like my heart was being ripped out of my chest as I was watching him suffer in the hospital. The chemotherapy resulted in a lot of negative side effects, of which affected his physical appearance. He became very pale, he lost all of his hair, he lost a lot of weight, he lost his appetite. He definitely did not look like my dad anymore. The lyrics describe my positivity, but there's a fire burning in my bones. Yes, I still believe. Yes, I still believe. I would try to make him feel better by visiting him in the hospital, by making him get well cards, by bringing him food, and by playing card games with him. In July of 2015, I was happy when my dad recovered from leukemia. There was finally light at the end of the dark tunnel. My dad's brother took the risk of donating his bone marrow in order to save my dad's life. After 2 long, hard years of suffering, the only solution for my dad was to have the bone marrow transplant. After the bone marrow transplant, my dad finally gained his strength back and he was able to come back home. My dad also recovered because of the positivity that he had, even at his worst moments. I remember him being in the intensive care unit at the point of barely surviving when he told the doctor, "I am not ready to die. I have to live to see my daughter graduate high school. I have to live in order to see her succeed." The lyrics say it best when she says, "My power's turned on, starting right now I'll be strong, I'll play my fight song." These lyrics describe the positivity that my dad had during his battle with cancer. In summary, the song Fight Song by Rachel Platten describes my experience when my dad battled cancer. Today, the average 5-year survival rate for leukemia of all types is 62.7%. Since 2013, the average 5-year survival rate for leukemia has increased up to 20%. And I'm proud to say that my dad is one of those survivors. My dad's recovery taught me how to have faith in the hardest situations. Thank you.